everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Monday. I hope you're well. So I'm hoping the title of this video is showing up, and it should be Let's Talk Menopause. And I am going live today with the lovely Shirley. And yeah, she's just come onto the live now. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to accept her request for joining me to talk about menopause. We're going to be talking skin, we're going to be talking fitness. I think it's a really important subject to talk about. I don't think it gets talked about as much as it should. So that's why we thought we'd kind of come together and have a chat. Obviously it's menopause month as well. So we thought, you know, there's no better time to do it really. So I'm just waiting to see if I'm able. So Shirley, if you can hear me, if you can request to join with me, then I'll be able to accept your request. So it is a little bit delayed. So throughout this live, if you do have any questions, then just bear with us because sometimes it doesn't come up straight away. There is a bit of a delay. Here we go. So she's requested, so view request. Bear with, go live. Her lovely little face should pop up in a minute. Bear with. Yay! Excellent! I love when technology works.
I'm going to turn this light off, but the thing is, my flat is so dark that when I turn it off, I look like I'm in Blair Witch Project. So, can you see me? Okay.
I can see
it's
you.
It's so dark in here. It's like, oh my god, it's night time every minute of the day. So.
Oh,
I'm good. I'm at home, so.
Yay! I was just saying, I love when technology works.
Yes.
It's always like rubbish, isn't it? When you're like, hello.
No.
Anyone there? But yeah, so it's menopause month, and what you know, it's such a good time for us to have a live about it. Yeah. Have a chat.
Kind of a little trigger, really.
Yeah.
It's funny because obviously, well, I know you've been away doing stuff. I've been away in Jersey with some family, you know, and obviously the conversation seems to always come round to this time of life. So I literally pick up stories from everywhere I go. Some are great, some aren't so great. So there's a couple of things I've written down today that I want to touch on.
Amazing.
You know, just basically about, you know, getting HRT, don't make it a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to do that.
Yeah.
You know, how to approach your own health well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I think it's very much, you know, I when we discussed doing this conversation, I think the first thing I thought was that the conversations I've had and how I felt at the beginning of all this journey that I went through, which is why I came back in the fitness industry, which I've mentioned before. It's at a time when you almost blame your body for not being how you want it to be anymore. And what I see is there's two camps. One camp gives up, doesn't take HRT, suffers in silence, lets themselves age quite badly, or they don't look after themselves. They don't approach it from a hang on a minute, you know, what can I actually do to stop this? My body deserves better than this, that there must be something different I can do or that I'm not doing. And that's exactly what the approach should be. But unfortunately, because of the mental health side of it as well, where, you know, the lack of estrogen in the receptor in your brain causes this brain fog and also causes mental chatter, which can be very unkind. It's almost like, I guess, you know, it's like going back to puberty again. It's the same thing, you know, that the insecurities when you're going through puberty, you've got a bit of weight, you know, your skin gets spotty or dry or whatever it is.
It's going through it all again, isn't it?
But the difference is with puberty is that, you know, it's not going to last very long because you're not going to be that age forever, and you've got the rest of your life ahead of you to sort it out. Or you know, the next 10 years to. You'll be an adult, you'll you know, reach that nice time of your life, you've stopped growing, you know where you're at, and you can kind of, you know, be comfortable in your own skin. Unfortunately, you know, it's not quite the same. It's more, it can be more depressing. Like, people have said to me, well, I just thought, well, I've had my kids now, settled, I've been married for 35 years, he ain't gonna go nowhere, and basically I've just given up. I've just, you know, but that in itself comes hand in hand with quite a lot of depression.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just, so what I try and do is we try and break that cycle, because you know, it's the start of your life, it's the start of another part of your life, you know, and
it's another chapter, isn't it?
Of course it is, you know, and a lot of the time, not so much these days, in the olden days, but kids had left home, were no longer reliant on you. Yeah, remember those days? Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of people won't. But yeah, so, you know, your kids went home, they went to university, they got in relationships, moved in with a partner, you know, and it was, if you're in a good, solid relationship at home, which for some people, that's a very fortunate position to be in, it can be a time when you've got some more money and you want to go off and enjoy life, and you don't want to go off and enjoy life when you're feeling really bad about yourself, you know. And I know that financially, you know, it can be that women have spent so long putting their personal finances to other use, that there's almost a feeling of being selfish, about spending too much money on skincare, going to hairdressers more than once every 8 weeks, and like you have to change your mind and go, well, look, the kids don't need me anymore, or I need to put myself first, and the difference is astronomical. Now, I started proper skincare probably 7 years ago. That's way too late. But it wasn't my priority. Like, there was other things were my priority, you know, paying the bills, but helping somebody else out. But the change in my skin within a couple of weeks, I mean, I found things like serums.
Well, I love a serum.
Don't you that stuff you put under your eyes? That stuff. Yeah, I found that.
I love it. I love it. You know,
you know,
honestly,
you're not just putting your Simple on in the morning that was cheap on the supermarket doing 2 for 1.
Do you know,
or taking makeup off with wipes, God forbid. Which I found out was moving it around and putting it back in.
So many reels on using face wipes. I'm like, please just don't do it. Please just don't do it.
It's cheap. It's cheap. It's quick. You know, and it's almost like, again, it's, why can't you find an extra 5-10 minutes? I mean, I spray this thing on, and I've got to wait for that to dry, and I've got to put another thing, wait for that. But you know what? It's 5 minutes. It feels like 4 minutes.
Exactly. Do you know what? When I first see my clients, I always say to them, you know, if they're kind of used to just using a cleanser a day, that's fine. We just add on a moisturizer to begin with. We do it bit by bit. It's not, you know, I never say, here's here's like 4 products that I want you to use day and night for foreseeable. You know, you just don't do it, because I know for a fact they won't do it. It'd be a waste of money. So we just build it up bit by bit, to the point where they're using the products for them. Because, like you've mentioned, going through the menopause, your skin changes so much. I mean, the first 5 years of the menopause, you lose 30% of collagen.
That's correct.
30%. And then, you know, that's the first 5 years, 30% gone straight away. And then, you know, you kind of see the changes in your skin, and then you start to feel a bit down and think, oh God, what else is going wrong? What else is happening? So it's kind of just nipping those bits up, you know, kind of going with a serum, you know, adding some collagen back into your skin, the non-invasive way, with some treatments, you know, using an SPF daily. So many people just use SPF for summer months. It's like, no, we've got so many lights on us constantly. Our phones
don't have sun in the UK, Kirsty.
Wow, we have a little bit of sun, don't we?
Not hot sun.
Hot sun. Hot sun. But do you know what I mean? Like, so many people go, oh no, I don't, but I don't really go out, and you know, and I was like, no, you're sat in front of a screen all day. That's light. The office lights, you know, you've constantly got light on you, so you always have to protect. Yes, you know, with an SPF, and even better, if you wear foundation daily, get a foundation with an SPF in, so you're only applying one product.
Easy.
So yeah, that's what you've got to kind of nip in. Really, you've got to kind of put these changes in place. I know a lot of things that is happening, but I think if you just take the time and kind of think, right, what can I do about it? you know, like eating right as well, exercising. You
but
know,
I think what happens is I was a victim of this. So when I was in my early 40s when it first kind of started to kick off. Yeah. I probably gained about, without even, I know it's the cliche, it was a very, very sneaky 8 to 10 kilos, which doesn't sound a lot, but when it's fat, it's not saying it was anything else, right? It was fat. Like, I was very lucky that it got on quite evenly, but at the same time, it was like, wow, I know I look different. I definitely feel different, and I wasn't confident in the gym anymore, you know. And so that's why I completely relate to any woman who walks in the gym and says I'm not comfortable. I'm like, yeah, been there. I am that person. Yeah. But it was I did all the cliches, right? Though I should have known better. I've been in the industry and that industry for years. Should have known better, but I wasn't up to date. The fact is, I wasn't up to date with guidelines. I didn't know about menopause. Would you believe it? I understand why now. I didn't know about it. Okay, and my sister and me never spoke about it. She never seemed to have any symptoms. My mum certainly didn't. And I did the cardio thing. Up in the morning, 5 o'clock, I was out. Fasted. I was doing fasted cardio. All this cardio. Still, I was lifting weights in the evening, but I wasn't doing like high reps. I was doing like heavy weights, like deadlifting and stuff like that. All fine. Nothing happened. Didn't change anything I did with my food. Again, because the cardio is going to work. Yeah? Cardio didn't work. And then I found myself struggling with sleep. That was the next symptom that kicked in.
Yeah.
Now, because I was struggling with my sleep, that's when I started to look into this. I was like, there's something really wrong with me. I don't feel right. I felt a lot of pains in my chest. I was getting a lot of palpitations started. And having heart problems in my family, that's not going to leave that. So I started to investigate what was going on, my age, no change of periods at the time. There was no reason to think that was anything was pausing. But through my research, I discovered that cortisol, when your estrogen and your progesterone are starting to diminish in your body, even if it's at low levels right back at the beginning, your cortisol gets a bit of a free rein and he runs off on a bit of a riot.
Yeah.
And this is why one of the first symptoms is to sleep. When you wake up at 4 and you're wide awake, you think, why am I wide awake? But your cortisol's woke you up. Now that cortisol wakes you up anyway at whatever time. If you don't have an alarm and you go to bed at a good time and you have 8 hours sleep, your cortisol will be the hormone that wakes you up. So it wakes you up, it gets you up. Then it diminishes throughout the morning because you don't need it anymore, you're awake. And then what happens is it will then gradually, it will take you down. So you have all this, it works in beautiful harmony. But at the beginning of the menopause, it doesn't work in harmony. It starts to wake you up and you will not come down from that. And this is where the chatter comes in. Okay, it's a horrible, horrible feeling.
Yeah.
What makes cortisol worse? Daily fasted cardio every single day. Banging it. Yeah, because you're stressing your body.
Yeah.
And, right, okay, let's stop that then. And just by cutting the cardio right down, almost to nothing, changing the way I was training, that weight came off. Took about months, but it came off. It's kind of like, you know, it's lingered in here and there, but I think mostly it was the protein went up, the carbs dropped down because they don't make me feel good when I eat them.
Yeah.
The money, I'm sluggish, I feel tired. They don't do anything they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I can drink 2-3 cups of coffee and go to sleep.
Wow.
Because caffeine and carbohydrates just do the very different things in your body when you haven't got those hormones there to sort out, you know, what your digestion's doing and things like that. So I'm gonna.
Wow.
So going back to the skin thing, which I've just written down here as well. The first things I noticed was the crepe paper.
Yeah.
Something I was going to ask you about. So the crepe paper, because when I lost the weight, because obviously when you've got quite a lot of high body fat, you don't tend to notice these things. When it came off, first time I noticed it around my ankles.
Oh, okay.
There's a bottom of your calves, where you're very lean. You know, they're lean, you know, and wrists and a little on backs of my hands. You know that crepe paper.
Yeah.
When you put your hands, yeah, things like that. Very, very noticeable. So, and I notice now because I'm very aware of it. If I don't drink enough water,
Oh, Shirley,
I
honestly.
don't take
Yeah.
my collagen every day.
Yeah.
Also, I've started literally in the last 3 weeks, I've started body brushing.
Yeah.
I actually really like it, right? Because I'm one of those people who like get in, shower, get out, go. You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought, you know what? I just started this new eating plan because I mean, people know I've got this problem with my hip, so I'm trying to keep inflammation out of my body as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's not help me walk any better than I do, but long term, I think it's not a bad thing if you've got arthritis. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, I've changed this eating plan. I thought at the same time, you know, it's put quite a lot of like nice fats in there. I've got my salmon and my avocados and my olive oil and this sort of thing. But
Love.
Yeah, I'm also happy with other things, but
Yeah.
I'm having my collagen every day, so I have that every day. Yeah, with my.
How are you having that? In what form? Like a supplement?
With water. I take it with my joint supplement because they go quite well. Yeah. If I mean, looking back when I was growing up, Mum used to make bone broth and we used to drink that every day. It's probably bouncy and didn't get any fractures or anything in our house. We were like bones like that. Anyway, so I started. So I'm on YouTube looking up body brushing. You know, so And actually, do you know, I've already seen an improvement. You know,
you will,
especially in my lower legs. It's like I'm wearing leggings every day.
And how long is that taking you extra when you're doing it?
3.5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put it down to a fine art now.
Yeah, see, exactly. And it's like getting into a skincare routine. It's literally just taken that little bit of time. And now I bet it just comes natural to you now, doesn't it? That that's what you're doing.
I don't like not doing it. I put it in my diary. So I've got it in my tick box in my diary for 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then if I do it more, it's fine. And then I just put, I'm actually getting into the habit now of putting a body moisturiser on.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've left it all these years.
But you know what? You're starting now.
Yeah.
It's better than never. It's better than never. You know, they do say when you're using a moisturiser coming out of the bath or the shower, to use it within the first 15 minutes. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Yeah. It's the best time. It feels nice.
Yeah, exactly. And
you put PJs on. And, it's great.
Yeah. So as soon as I'm out the shower, I'm not a bath person. So as soon as I have a shower, I'm out, moisturiser. Pardon?
So, have you got a bath?
Yeah.
I'll come round to yours if I need one then.
Yeah, come round. But yeah, no, I'm a shower person. Okay, there you have like mask on, cucumbers, I love it.
You've got all out for me, babes.
I love it. But no, you touched on water as well. That is the first thing when I'm doing a skin consultation to anybody, no matter what age. I always ask them, what's your caffeine intake and what's your water intake? And most of them go, I don't really drink a lot. And it's like, right, okay, well, that's the first thing that we need to put into your treatment plan is to up your water. And again, it's getting into that routine. You know, have a 2-litre bottle, fill it up in the morning, have it on your side, have it near your desk, have it with you. If you can drink that from, you know, the moment you wake up, have a breakfast. Whatever. And even if it takes you all day to have that water, that's fine. That's fine. But you will see such a difference in your skin. Now, I go through phases like today, I forgot my water bottle. But I know when I get home, I will be drinking pints of water because that's what I love water.
Yeah.
Pardon?
All evening.
Yeah, I do. And because my body's used to it, I'm not getting up to go to the toilet during the night or anything like that because my body's used to it. Yeah. But at first, you know, when I first started going, oh my God, I really need to drink water, my body was like, what the hell? You know, I was like, oh, I need another wee. But you do get, your body does get used to it. You know, so just going back really, you know, if you are currently going through the menopause, it's just taking time to add bits into your daily routine, and talking as well. But I think it's only now that menopause is getting talked about more and more. And I think it's so important. You know, and I think, you know, there's loads of podcasts now, there's books out, there's people kind of helping with skin advice, you know, fitness advice. I think just take as much as you can, but don't go overboard. Don't feel overwhelmed with it all because you know there can be a lot out there. But bits and pieces.
If you want to listen to a podcast or read anything, come to me first.
Yeah,
because I have done all the filtering. I've got that.
They can save time. They can just speak to you.
just get in contact with
Yeah.
me. I know what to recommend. And also, do not buy into any alternatives to HRT.
No.
They're absolutely rubbish. You cannot replace hormones.
No.
And they will, you know, they may, a little part may feel better, but won't replace your hormones. And I think another, from an education point of view, every woman over the age of 40 needs to go online, look up BBC Bite Size is probably the best one because it's really simple to understand. I love BBC Bite Size. Oh my God.
My kids use the BBC Bite Size. They love it.
The biology bit is just, yeah. But anyway, look up estrogen receptors in the female body, right? Now that will tell you where all the little things are in the receptors in your body are that need estrogen.
I'm losing you a little bit, Shirley.
Now, if you see that,
I'm losing you a little bit,
and you start getting
I think your Wi-Fi, you kind of stopped for a little while. Then I think you're okay now.
Yeah. So I was going to say, look up estrogen receptors in the female body, and it will tell you where estrogen is used within your body. Now, if you understand that, when you start getting symptoms, they'll make sense.
Yeah.
We've got estrogen receptors in our brain. That's why we get brain fog. We get chatter. Can't remember where we put the car keys, find them in the freezer, you know, that sort of thing. Everyone takes a pick out of that and says, oh, look at you, you know, you're going through the change. But actually, it's a genuine withdrawal of estrogen from your brain. You know, and this itself is very worrying, because if that isn't replaced, you know, that can cause you problems down the line. Heart problems, there's a receptor in the heart. There's receptors, which, you know,
I'm losing you a little bit, Shirley. Oh, hello. Oh, you've frozen. You've frozen on me. Give it a minute. See if you can catch up. I've lost you. Hello, hello. Oh, I've lost her. I've lost her. So for those who are online with us now, can you just let me know if you can still hear me and see me?
Current eyes. Now again, if you're not, I'm losing. I think it might be me.
You keep frozen? You keep like, you're sounding a bit like a robot.
Just check my.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Are you okay? Yep.
Turn me.
Uh-huh.
Are you back? You might be back now.
Back now. Yeah, I'm here.
You're sounding a bit like a robot and you were frozen.
Oh, for God's sake.
But you're all right
like
now.
Out. Woo! Woo-hoo.
Oh, so yeah, sorry. I don't know what you were saying.
So talking about estrogen receptors in the body now.
Yeah.
Going back to water. That's why it's so important. The bladder area, because that's also where we've got estrogen receptors. And when we get to a certain point in menopause, you can lose the amount of estrogen you lose can then start causing problems with how we deal with bacteria.
Yeah.
Just don't leave it. Don't think it's normal or it's something you've done, because this is also a sign of something's happening. And you can get, if you don't want to go full in the whole HRT thing, you can get localized estrogen, which you use like a pessary, and you can have it like twice a week, and it'll stop those problems.
Massive. I've done a blog on menopause. I posted it probably beginning of the year, and the first thing is, it's like water.
Yeah.
You know, water. You know, up your moisturizer. And I also mentioned in there, menopause isn't an illness.
No.
It's not an illness. So lots of people go, oh yeah, no, are you ill? Are you poorly? And it's like, well, no, they're not.
No,
you know,
you're not ill.
You're not ill.
No.
It's just, you know, kind of making those tweaks, making those changes.
Yeah.
That's why I thought, you know what, if I'm going to speak about menopause with anybody, it's you, because I just feel that you're so knowledgeable. You're very approachable as well. So I know anyone listening, they won't have a problem getting in touch with you, because
No.
you know that's the way you are, and that's how lovely you are. Because if anyone is struggling, get in touch with Shirley,
Yep.
because I just think you're fab. I think
Yeah,
you're fabulous.
I've pretty much had every symptom, and also if you are, I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but if you're actually worried or scared about going to your doctor because you're going to get rejected, which is outrageous, because you wouldn't
I think
be.
I know a good handful of people who have as well.
So you need to empower yourself, and
Yeah.
how you do that is you need to address your symptoms, be honest about them, don't be scared about them.
Yeah.
Write every single thing down, whether it's related to menopause or not, it doesn't matter. Okay. You need to get on the Balance app, which is by Dr. Louise Newson. It's absolutely fantastic. It's free. You can pay for extra stuff, but don't worry about that for now. There's a questionnaire in there that you can fill in. So using your list, you fill out the questionnaire, and then you print that off, or you take that to your GP, because it gives you a little report. And then what that does, opens up the conversation, right? Yeah. You go in, this is the symptoms I've got. I'm not depressed.
Yeah.
You know, I am not coping. I need you to help me. And because you've got to remember, with doctors, I feel quite sorry for them, because they've literally had an onslaught. Since this all came out with Davina, they have been like inundated, and the onslaught, and they're getting blamed for not knowing and not. They have half a day's training, half a day. Yeah. You know, and the only thing that they're scared of giving out HRT because of the shitty headline a few years back, right? But I found EP in my surgery, and the fact is she's actually really young, but because of what her mum's been through, she's in conferences learning about UTIs in older people, in older people's homes, and how we could prevent them from having.
Oh, Shirley, I'm losing you more and more. I'm losing you, Shirley.
She's done amazing research, and I've actually learned loads. Sent me loads of links to look at. So you know, you're empowered, and like you've got to go in there guns blazing, basically.
You're there. I lost you a little bit then. Oh, I do.
So yeah, so but also I would say, with regard to what you do, Kirsty, you know, I think people need to start taking like responsibility for, you know, like allowing themselves to take responsibility for how, if they don't feel good about themselves, to do it. You know, one thing, it was great, you know, when I first started looking at it, who actually said to me, you've got this, that and the other, I thought, bloody hell, I'm going to turn into a breeding prune at this rate. Came home, threw away all the cheap little nasties from Asda. You know, I said, right, okay, I'm going to invest in some proper skincare here. You know, give it a month, let's see how I roll. You know, and it completely changed the way I looked after myself.
It really does. It really does. Yeah. So when I was, because I was a makeup artist previously.
Oh, right, okay.
It's what?
That's worth knowing.
Yeah. Oh. But I was so sick at covering up bad skin. Yeah. That I wanted to treat it. And that's why I trained to become a skin therapist. And, you know, I then, when I was training, I went to go and see a skin therapist to have a skin consultation. And that's when it all changed for me, you know, because investing in good quality skincare, it's just a game changer, no matter what age you are. If you've got problematic skin, if you've got dry skin, if you've got, you know, skin that the collagen's just, you know, completely gone, there is products for your skin, and it's not a product, you know, one product does all. There is different products out there for your skin type. And you know, I have people come in and go, oh yeah, well, I'm just using what my mum uses, or my auntie or my sister uses. And I'm like, well, have you got the same skin tone? And they're like, no, she's really oily and I'm really dry. And I'm like, you're not going to get the benefits out of it. So, you know, definitely, you know, 100% just get on the right skincare product. And like you said, it is a game changer, complete and utter game changer. So, yeah, definitely one up on the list of things to kind of tweak really.
So do you do, can people?
Oh, I've lost you. I've lost you, Shirley.
Yeah,
She's gone. She's gone. I can't. I can see her on my screen. Probably the same as you guys, but I can't actually hear her.
So some people.
Are you still there?
People come to you just for a consultation.
Shirley, I just got the last of that. Was that you were asking if people can come to us for a skin consultation? I think it was. Okay, I'm rolling with that one while she's frozen. So yes, people can just come in for a skin consultation. They can book via the website. It's frozen on her little face smiling. It's quite funny. So yes, people can. Oh, she's laughing now. So I think have you caught up with me? Are you there? So yeah, people can book in via the website just for a skin consultation and come in. It takes up to about an hour. I'll look at their skin under the lamp, or assess their skin. We'll go through their skin concerns. We'll go through what they're currently using on their skin. We'll go through treatments, what would be good for them.
Good.
If the client's happy to go ahead, we'll then do a treatment plan. We talk about absolutely everything. Now, loads of people have come in with their skincare products and gone, I'm using this, I'm using that. And I love all that, you know, more than happy to sit through and go through absolutely everything with you.
Okay.
And I think that's really important. If people are a little bit in between about, I'm not sure what treatment would suit, I always say, come in for a skin consultation first of all. Let me assess your skin. Let's go from there.
And you're at the gym anyway, aren't you? I didn't realise how close you were.
So again,
I didn't realise how close you were to the gym.
I know, until the other day I was like, I'm only up the road.
I know.
I'm only literally like walking distance from Snap Fitness. Literally.
That's so crazy.
So yeah, so I'm not far at all. Shirley, when this gets posted out, because I'll obviously save this live and I'll post it out on social media, and then obviously I'll send it to you. Could you maybe pop your details down as well? Maybe like a link to your website or something like that in the comments, and then people can obviously contact you for more advice. And also kind of kickstarting kind of fitness as well, because I know you're getting really, really busy. You know, so if people want to kind of have a chat with you first or kind of come and see you, then they've got like a point of a contact there.
I mean, even if it's just to get them started, like you said earlier, you know, like you did the same as me, everything's one thing at a time. You know, there's no point me saying, right, let's get you started on 140 grams of protein. We've got to weight train 5 days a week, you know. Then I won't
it's just too much for people, isn't it? It's all like, oh my God, it's like being in, because I love food and I love going out for food. It's almost like going into a restaurant and you have this menu and there's so many lovely foods to go for. I go, oh, I don't know, because it's all really nice, and then I take ages to order. It's like just bit by bit, bit by bit. It's always good. So
can I have a bit? I'm like, can I have a bit of everything?
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit.
I'll put my details in the comments.
Amazing. And also I will pop the menopause blog that I've done, but then saying that I am going to update it. So if there isn't a menopause blog in my Instagram bio, there will be by the end of the week, because I do need to update it. Cool. So yes. Amazing. Thank you, Shirley. You're an amazing person, you. I think you've gone again.
Well, this week.
Are you gone? Are you there? Ah! Have a lovely week.
Recommend books and stuff like that. I shall tag you. No
gone.
Worries.
She's gone. Right, everybody, thank you for watching and tuning in. So yeah, thank you for everyone who, because I know I have some clients who are looking to watch this later on because they're at work at the moment. So I will save this and it should be going on social media and my YouTube channel as well. But Shirley will put her details once I post it. So yeah, thanks guys. Bye.